Hey everyone, I wanted to take a second and spend a bit more time on the concept of public goods, especially the idea of children being public goods. I've taught this course many times, and this particular subject, um, it's always taught in feminist economics, and it always causes a lot of contention and sometimes confusion. I've noticed two main hangups. One, the concept of public goods itself as simply the essential characteristics of that good, the nature of that good or that thing. And two, the idea of using a concept that traditionally applies to goods and applying it to humans, small humans in particular. So, in order to expand the concept of public good to things that aren't traditionally considered goods, it's important to stretch our minds and understand some key points about this concept. So, I'm going to try and cover those and address those two hangups. So, the first thing to realize is that when economists call something a public good, we are simply pointing out that that good or that thing or that person or that child or the concept of children as a whole um, is both non-rival and non-excludable. That's it. Anything on its own that exhibits these characteristics is a public good, no matter what else. So non-rivalry is when the benefits of something can be enjoyed by one person without affecting another's ability to enjoy these benefits. Non-excludability is when it's nearly impossible, given the nature of the thing, to exclude someone from accessing or benefiting from that thing. So public goods are things that many people can benefit from even if they didn't pay for it, and that's regardless of who actually made that thing available or who built it or who paid for it. Um, Sometimes I think that the economic concept of public good, i.e., non rival and non excludable, anything that's non rival and non excludable, gets mixed up with publicly provided goods. But these things are not necessarily the same thing. In fact, there are such things as privately provided public goods. So, what does that mean? Well, an example would be Google. For the most part, it is difficult to bar access to Google, so it's non excludable. And many people are Googling things all at the same time, and therefore it's non rival. So Google is non excludable and non rival, so it is conceptually a public good via economic theory. However, it's provided by a private company. And that kind of should drive home the point that really, when we say public goods in economics, it's all about the nature of the good as it is non rival and non excludable. Now, the reason that sometimes public provision and the theory of public goods are mixed up is because often goods that do have those characteristics of non rivalry and non excludability are underprovided by the market. There's a market failure. Private companies tend to underprovide goods that look like this, that act like this. And thus, many times we do see those types of goods being provided by the government. But again, they're not the same thing. So, all we are interested in, and the point of this first kind of contention here, is that the conceptualization of a public good, all that matters is that it is non rival and non excludable, regardless of anything else. Cool? Awesome. So, the second thing to realize about the concept of public goods is that economists, and in fact, many other fields of study, use this concept to apply to things other than your typical goods and services. For instance, I do research on how climate change policies are a public good because everyone benefits when a country reduces its carbon emissions, and there's no way to keep them from those benefits because we all share the atmosphere and we all share um, the adverse effects that we're avoiding when we reduce the effects of climate change. So that's one example. So it's really not a far stretch for economists to understand children as public goods, because society as a whole benefits from children. And the type of benefits we get from children are non excludable. Everyone benefits when citizens are literate, numerate, and understanding the workings of society and democracy. This is especially true if those future citizens, our children, are healthy, well educated, and productive. So, what's the point here? Well, the point is that the trouble with public goods, again, is that free rider problem. Due to the very nature of these things, that non rivalry and non excludability, they're almost always underprovided in both quantity and quality if left to the free market. There's no incentive for anyone to provide them because they're then sharing the benefits with anyone and can't charge them for it. So there's no economic incentive. That's how you get the under provision, the underproduction. So the same goes for children. If we think about the benefits they provide to society as a whole, often without intervention, the education, health, and things like that needed to ensure the benefits are maximized are underprovided. Thus, just in the traditional sense of public goods, we have a market failure and impetus for the government provision to reach the optimal solution. Thus, we have the impetus for our free public education system in the United States for K through 12, and we now are discussing free childcare as well, and pre-K, because that we've shown that that's really important for children's development, and public support for children and their parents. So I hope that helps you grasp the concept of public goods and applying that to children a little bit better. And yeah, I will see you guys later. Bye.